recent anecdote, shared by Mr. Gavin McCormick, that the forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe. For the axe was clever and convinced the trees that, because his handle was made of wood, he was one of them. Environmental ethics requires the shift from short-term benefits to long-term perspectives, and we need to consider the impact of our decisions on future generations and the health of the planet. Hello everyone, my name is Lakshitha, and I am a fifth grader who cares deeply about our planet. But have you ever wondered how cool it feels to breathe fresh air or see a sparkling clean stream? Wouldn't it be amazing if that was the norm? Not just for special occasions or social media. Well, guess what? It can be. Today, I want to talk about how you and I, even as kids, can break down barriers and create a healthier, happier earth for everyone. As we stand at the crossroads of ethics and environmentalism, the time has come to shatter barriers and pave a sustainable path forward. Join me where ethics meets action, challenging us to redefine our relationship with the environment. So friends, what comes to your mind when you hear the phrase, the ethics of breaking barriers in the environment? Well, for me, environmental ethics plays a crucial role. Environmental ethics focuses on the moral relationship between humans and the environment. In this context of breaking barriers, this ethical framework may address environmental barriers and support sustainable and ecological solutions. As we tackle challenges associated with environmental degradation and climate change, it's essential to consider the ethical importance of our actions. By embracing environmental ethics, we can work towards solutions that not only benefit human societies but also respect the connectivity of all living beings and the ecosystem that supports them. Now, here's one example from last year. In 4th, our whole grade embarked on an exciting project to create a garden on our school campus. We transformed a small, unused plot of land into a vibrant green space filled with flowers. Every student had a role to play, from planting the seeds to watering and weeding. Here, this project taught us important lessons about taking care of the environment and how everything in nature is connected. Now, do you think that changes in the environment can be good? If yes, please raise your hands. Actually, it is a yes, and here's how. It can help us get more of our needs and make cool new things. But we need to be careful, not hurt the environment during this process. We need to find ways to change things that are both helpful and don't cause harm. Now, here's one statistic that I've noticed. Recent study shows that countries implementing recycling programs have reduced their landfill waste by up to 50% within a decade. This demonstrates how proactive environmental policies can lead to noticeable improvements in waste management and environmental sustainability. Overall, breaking barriers from a statistical standpoint allows for informed decision making and the development of responsible environmental policies. On the other hand, I remember reading about a group of tribal women. This is a story about a group of indigenous women who broke barriers and voiced out their concern for a common cause. And here's what I did. The hills are home to many plants and animals, but sand mining was hurting the hills. This meant the land was damaged and water did not flow as well anymore. The tribal women have always lived in the forest and understand the importance of keeping them healthy. They usually don't get to make big decisions, but this time they knew they had to do something. Led by brave women in the group, they spoke out, told people in other villages what was happening, and even asked the government for help. And they wouldn't give up. And because they cared so much about the land, people finally listened. After a long time of trying, they finally got sand mining banned in the hills. This will help the plants and animals stay healthy for the future generations. Now, do you think that the phones and gadgets we use also have some connection with the environment? It's a definite yes. Our relationship with the environment has long been unbalanced. Traditional practices and mindsets, our love for the offline closets with clothes we rarely wear, thanks to the allure of fast fashion. The disconnect we feel from the natural world, beyond our Instagram-worthy hikes, and our tendency to prioritize the latest gadget upgrade over its long-term environmental impact has created significant barriers to true sustainability. However, a new wave is rising, driven by a growing awareness of environmental ethics. This movement challenges us to break down these barriers and embrace a more responsible way of living. One culture thrives on buying, often prioritizing the thrill of the hunt for the newest trend over its quality and origin of what we purchase. This constant churn generates mountains of electronic waste from our ever-upgrading phones and mountains of clothes from trendy styles that go out of fashion in a season. But imagine a life where trash becomes a distant memory. Zero waste living is all about creating as little waste as possible. Furthermore, many people feel a deep disconnect from the natural world. We spend our days indoors, surrounded by concrete and screens, with our connection to nature limited to carefully curated social media posts. Environmental ethics encourages us to reconnect with the natural world in a meaningful way. This can be as simple as taking a daily walk in the park and observing the changing seasons, or tending the garden and nurturing life with our hands. Volunteering for local conservation projects like planting trees or cleaning up a polluted stream is another way to get our hands dirty and develop a deep appreciation for the natural world. Environmental ethics means considering the long-term impact of our choices, from the products we buy to the way we travel. When it comes to products, choose energy-efficient appliances that uses less electricity and water-saving fixtures to reduce our household footprint. Look for products made from recycled materials or those with minimal packaging. Supporting companies with strong environmental practices is another way to make a difference without purchasing power. Transportation is another area where we can make a difference. Opting for public transportation, cycling, or even walking whenever possible reduces our reliance on cars and contribution to greenhouse gas emissions. When using a car, it is necessary to consider carpooling or choosing a fuel-efficient vehicle. These days, my mom even carpools to her hometown with my aunt. This helps cut down the harmful gases released into the atmosphere, which has a big effect on the environment. Our food choices also have significant impact. By reducing our consumption of meat, particularly red meat, and choosing locally sourced and seasonal produce, we can support sustainable farming practices to reduce our environmental footprint of our food systems. By composting food scraps and avoiding food waste are the other ways to minimize our impact. Collective action is also crucial. Supporting environmental organizations that work towards education, conservation, and advocacy is a powerful way to amplify your voices. Donating to these organizations or volunteering our time allows them to continue their important work. Additionally, fostering community initiatives like community gardens and cleanup days are powerful ways to create a positive change. Working alongside our neighbors on these projects fosters a sense of community and collective responsibility for the planet. Think about this. Wouldn't you rather love to go to a beach where the water is sparkling clean and the air is fresh enough to fill your lungs without worry? By embracing environmental ethics, we can ensure that these experiences, swimming in pristine waters and breathing fresh air, becomes a reality, not just for ourselves, but for our families and generations to come. It's about making smart choices where the world thrives. Here's how embracing environmental ethics applies in your day-to-day life. Small changes, big impact. Just like a pebble tossed into a still pond creates ripples that spread outward. Our small choices regarding the environment have the power to create a significant impact. It's about making mindful modifications, however small, that collectively creates a wave of positive change for our planet. Sustainable practices can save you money. Saving money and protecting the environment often go hand in hand. Sustainable practices like using reusable bags, cycling, or in walking whenever possible, and supporting eco-friendly businesses not only benefits the planet, but it can also lead to a healthier food options and a stronger local economy. By sharing your environmental awareness with friends and family can create a ripple effect, inspiring a more sustainable future for all. Sustainable living isn't about creating barriers or limitations. It's about making smart choices that benefit your wallet and the planet. from apathy to action, sparking the green spark in everyone. Remember, environmental ethics isn't about sacrifice. It's about creating a better world where everyone thrives. By taking action, you're not just helping the planet, you're investing in your own well-being and a brighter future. Let's ignite the green spark together and illuminate a brighter future for all.